Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome all back to another LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham video. And today, of course, we're going to be doing another free roam gameplay showcase for another one of the characters in the game. And today, we're actually going to be taking a look at one of the main characters in the game, and that is the Joker, Mr. J. Now, of course, we've taken a look previously at, I think, two variations of the Joker from what I recall. It could be more than that, but it seems like two to me. And that was, of course, the Nurse Joker. And then additionally to that, we also took a look at the Batman Beyond Joker. So those were the two that we have already covered. And today we're taking a look at the regular Joker that is right up here. He's actually unlocked through simply story progression. So as you continue the storyline, as you continue to progress through the main story, you will be able to unlock him. He does not cost you any studs or anything, which is really wonderful. So he's one of those characters that you unlock relatively quickly, and more importantly, he's free, and therefore he's awesome. But some other things that make him awesome is the fact that just like Batman and Robin, Lex Luthor and the Joker got the suit treatment, which basically allows you to bring up this suit wheel, and on it you can see all the different suits that are available to the Joker, and some of them are really, really cool. Now, I will warn you guys that with the Joker, I would say that he is the most, how do I say, not goofy, maybe goofy is the wrong word, but the most over the top of the suits. Like, his suits are the ones that are nothing like the, let's say, the Dark Knight series. So if you love the Joker to be very serious and dark and brooding and menacing, this is definitely not the Joker for you, because this Joker is a lot more goofy, funny, and kind of more similar to the Batman animated series in that regard. Now, his suit and everything looks great, obviously very similar to the previous one that we've had, a different hairstyle, I believe, than the one that we've had before. Some really cool printing on his chest there, which looks awesome. In this particular basic form, he is able to be goo resistant, which is, of course, resistant to that green toxic goo on the floor and stuff, which is pretty cool because, of course, that's kind of how he turned into the Joker, or supposedly he has. So it makes sense that he would be resistant to it. He's got a ridiculously funny idle animation. I love it. He does like a whole dance, laughs, giggles and stuff, which is pretty awesome. Additionally to that, he also does have the ability to, of course, grapple, and then access to all those different super suits. So in terms of grappling, it's obviously the pull down point, similarly to what Robin and Batman can interact with, which is pretty handy, of course, and very, very good for him to have. Additionally, you will notice that he's also, of course, got an assault rifle with him, which you can fire at random just by running around and pressing the attack button. Or if you want, you can also have a pinpointed target like that, and like that, for example. You see, so you can obviously also target your attacks and target what you're going to attack however you choose. He's also got the smash down attack, so he'll jump up and then smash down with a punch, which is awesome. I love that. It does the boxing glove punch, which is terrific, and it even does the little boing sound. Listen up. So that's awesome. I love that kind of detail. Like, whenever there's tiny little touches like that, I always appreciate that, because it's like going the extra little mile to make it that much more impressive. So, with all that being said, let's get to the super suits, of course. So, just like I showed you, you can bring up the weapon wheel via holding the triangle button on the PlayStation systems, but of course you can also do that with whatever button it is on your console. So you can bring it up and pick and choose whichever one you want. So, for example, whether it be your decoy suit or your illumination suit, so it's a little bit more comfortable to just see all of them right away and you can kind of pinpoint. Or what you can do is actually go ahead and use the trigger buttons to switch from suit to suit quickly. So you can kind of cycle through them in a quicker manner this way, but the only problem is that then you're limited to cycling through them in this order, either in this order or basically like clockwise or counterclockwise. So those are the only two ways you're going to cycle. So it's kind of inefficient. Like, for example, if you need the flower suit, you would need to cycle through 3 suits before you get there. So it's a lot easier to just bring it up and pick the flower suit. That being said, let's begin and let's go through these. So first and foremost, we've got the decoy suit, which is the least exciting of the bunch, because basically all it does is add the little control panel or control backpack to his back there, which you will notice right there. But then he is able to summon a little decoy to obviously utilize and everything. So it's basically, from what I remember, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same thing as, what's his face's, oh my god, what is his name? Not Robin. I don't remember who else. Oh, it was Robin that has a decoy suit, isn't he? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's the one that has a decoy suit. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it sounds right to me for some reason. I'm pretty sure about that. Nonetheless, so that's the decoy suit. As you can see, that's kind of the main ability of the decoy suit is, of course, be able to provide you with decoys. I don't remember the actual limit on these. I think he can do 3 at once. I'm pretty sure that you can't do more than that. It might be possible to do more. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, you see, after that, they start breaking down. So I think it's about, what? How many do we have right now? 6. So that's the limit. And you could go ahead and fight them as well, which is pretty fun. The clackering teeth. So that's pretty neato. Next up, we have got the demolition suit, which is one of those ridiculous suits that I was talking about in the introduction. As you can see, he basically wears a giant box. And he also wears like a traditional Joker Jester hat, which is pretty funny. On his back, though, it seems like when he runs, you can kind of see it right there. There, you see? When the camera is like up above like that, you can really notice it. You can spot the fact that he is indeed wearing a very similar rocket pack, or that kind of like the one that Batman wears and stuff like that. So it's pretty similar in that regard, which is pretty neato. So you can go ahead and wha-bam, blow up some silver bits. He will come in handy with that. Sorry about that little awkward talk that I just had for a moment there. Apologize about that. All right, so nonetheless, of course, so that's pretty much all that there is to it. His jump down attack has changed a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of like more of a smackdown with the actual box and everything. Pretty cool. A little over the top. I kind of wish that we would have got like a much cooler suit, in my opinion, because this one feels a little plain. Like I think it would have been a little bit more interesting to see something a little more intricate. That being said, we then move on to the electricity suit, which is one of the coolest suits of the bunch. It just looks ridiculously cool. I really, really like the just the general design of this thing in terms of color and everything. It looks really cool. You've got this neon striped look going throughout the entire suit, which looks terrific. Really love that. Of course, you maintain all of your attacks and such just as you've had before, except for the smackdown attack. You can see now has an actual electrical shock behind it, so that's pretty handy and pretty useful to utilize as well. And of course, now wearing this suit, you can interact with electricity panels, so that means that you can either charge them up or charge them down and store that electrical charge up into something else, which is pretty handy, and of course will come in to use in many, many parts of the game itself. Now, next up after that, we then move on to the flower suit right here, which, to be quite honest, I don't think I've ever utilized in the game. It doesn't make it bad. I mean, it's obviously supposed to be the suit that's based on the Killing Joke, which is a very, very famous comic book storyline in the Batman comics. If you don't know, as you can see, he wears the Hawaiian kind of suit and everything, or a shirt, I should say. And then he has that big flower on his chest. So I genuinely am not sure, I don't think that it has any use in terms of like interacting with specific panels or anything like that. At least I'm pretty sure that it doesn't. It could maybe have tech panel interactions, but from what I know and from my experience, it does not. It's just there to kind of be just a aesthetically different suit, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that that's actually cool that there's just a suit that is different, because I think that more of the characters could have this kind of thing, you know, where we could have different versions of characters through their weapon wheels, and I think that would be really, really cool to see. It's definitely a cool looking suit, but not my favorite for sure. So next up, we move on to the illumination suit, which is actually one of my favorites because it's so ridiculous looking. I mean, he looks like a giant disco ball, which is just so funny. Of course, it's pretty self-explanatory in terms of what it does. It's obviously an illumination suit, meaning it illuminates things. So basically, just like Robin in his light bulb suit, this is the exact same type of thing, except you've got the Joker now able to illuminate dark spots and dark areas. So he is able to interact with those type of areas and those types of missions and quests within the game, which is pretty cool. So again, you can see that obviously there's a little bit of a parallel here of Joker and Batman and Robin and Lex Luthor kind of like, you know, being very similar counterparts where they share similar suits and such to kind of represent the same access to the same suits, but with the different sides of the coin. I hope that makes sense, because that sounded really confusing. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that we've got two good guys that have all of these different suits. There's also Cyborg, of course, but then we also have two bad guys in Lex Luthor and the Joker who have access to all of these other suits as well. So we then move on to my personal favorite suit, which is the magnet suit, and I really just like it because of the aesthetical design. I think it would have been really awesome if it would have been if they could have continued the whole blue and red design going going through the jacket as well, then I would have really loved it. I love that ridiculously oversized magnet. I mean, it's just so huge. It's like, how powerful is that magnet? He must be like walking on the street, just like everybody's keys are attracted to him. It's crazy. Like, it's just such an over-the-top suit, but I love it. It has some really, really nice touches. I mean, even the little collar in the back, as you can see, it's red and blue. The hat was red and blue. The gloves, as you can see, are red and blue. The pants, that's why I kind of wish that the jacket would have been red and blue. I would have wished the tie to be red and blue. Just completely, like, take it to the greatest degree possible. In fact, I would have even done, like, on his face, make his, like, you know, lipstick and everything half red, half blue. I just think they should have took it to the extreme, and I think it would have looked really, really cool and unique. So, with that being said, we then move on to the, oh, and sorry, of course, the magnet suit allows you access to all the different magnet panels and things like that to interact with those, so that's pretty handy indeed. And last but certainly not least, we've got the sphere suit, which basically, obviously, is just the regular Joker wearing an inflatable, what do you call those things? The ones that, you know, you have them on planes, even on boats. Oh my God, is it called a life jacket? I'm pretty sure it's called a life jacket. By the way, guys, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit frazzled. I've had a few days of being sick and stuff, so I might be a little bit off my commentary. It's going to take me a little while to get in the groove of things. But nonetheless, of course, this is the sphere suit, which is the Joker wearing a life jacket. Not particularly cool looking in this regard, you know, nothing too unique to him. Obviously, he's got the punch down attack and such, which is pretty cool, but again, nothing out of the extraordinary, let's put it that way. I mean, at this point, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, we've seen that, done that, so to speak, you know, so there's nothing unique in that regard. But if you hold the circle button, oh, whoops, sorry. Come on. No, come on. Sorry, not hold, tap the circle button. I confused. This is what happens. The Joker does not inflate the jacket, but he does inflate himself, which is ridiculous because I love the fact that, for example, when you roll around and everything, you can see his little feet there and his head is tucked in. He looks like some sort of crazy, like, fat turtle or something. Like, it's like a Joker marble. It's just really cool. It's fun. It's goofy. It's over the top. And it really is Lego Batman to me. Like, it's so fun. It's so goofy. And it's just, I don't know, it's really, really cool. I love the fact that you can still jump. It's just really neat. You can even attack in this form, as you can see, by pushing the attack button. You will kind of like throttle forward or thrust forwards to allow you to combat things as well. So you can actually fight in this mode, which is pretty cool as well. I definitely like that. And of course, if you don't like the mode, you can always turn back. I also really love the animation for this because I think it just looks cool. It looks cool when it kind of like almost like pops like a balloon there. It deflates and then pops at the end with the green and purple for the Joker iconic colors. So with all that in mind, guys, there you have it, of course. That is the one and only Joker. I hope you guys enjoyed this free roam gameplay showcase. If you did, please don't forget to smash that like button, share the video with your family and your friends, and I of course do hope to see you guys here tomorrow for another free roam gameplay showcase for Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. So of course, let me know which other characters you would like to see coming up next in the showcase, and with all that in mind, of course, I do want to once again apologize to you guys that I was a little bit maybe frazzled, a little bit maybe not quite as smooth as I usually am in talking and such, and that's really just because I had a few days off with being sick and stuff like that, so it's going to take me a couple of days to get back into the groove of things and into the swing of things, so to speak. So, with all that being said, thanks so very much for watching. You guys are absolutely awesome. Don't forget to smash that like button below the video. That would really help me out a ton. Hope you guys have an absolutely awesome 2015, and welcome to the year of the Blitz Army. Or at least that's what it's hopefully going to be, kind of. All right, bye guys. I'll see you later, alligator.